for the Rod and Fez show and just about ready to start the Chinese water torture test.
All right, let's get this going. Fez, when we started off, Punani was in here, and he tried to blindfold her, and I'm going, what are you doing? And he goes, all torture must have sensory deprivation. I can't even, I was so cringing through it. It was like talking to one of the Mansons. You know, it takes a guy, some guys, you see how quickly around pain their excitement level grows.
How in the world would he know, and why would he know it?
Because he looks like some kind of an NRA gun nut who's all stocked up and ready for after Helter Skelter comes down.
I'm sure there's a weekend bunker getaway that Johnny Punani has.
All right, let's get this thing started. We've got this little eyedropper, and you've got to time it so it's exactly every 20 seconds, Chapin, and start it. That's it, just one drop. It doesn't look difficult.
It's scary seeing these big old wire drops coming towards your head, though.
You've only seen one.
Here comes another one.
I'm sure you've seen worse coming towards your head.
It's coming.
There's been so many drops coming towards that head, I'd hate to even think of it, Fez.
B.J. Thomas wrote a song about it.
Oh, those aren't raindrops.
Oh, that was a big one.
Yeah. All right, so we're not going to let you just sit here and comment drop for drop. But how are you feeling? Are you comfortable in this position?
Yeah, I'm a little nervous.
What makes you nervous?
Because I'm just staring up at that tube or whatever you call it. What do you call them? Syringy things?
Dropper, honey.
Yeah,
it's a dropper.
Dropper.
Yeah.
And you just see this wire drop.
You know, I don't know whether we're going to put an eye thing on, but maybe we gag her because I can't take it. I feel like I'm going to be the one breaking from the torture.
Deprive our senses.
Yeah.
I just want to tell him to squeeze the dropper a little harder so it comes out.
He'll handle the drops. You just lay there and be tortured.
How are you feeling so far, though? You're okay, right?
I'm okay.
All right, there's a small dent in your forehead where it's already starting.
Ew.
It's a little annoying.
Here's our friend Lacey. Lacey, you're on the air. How are you, darling?
Hey, Ronnie. Hey, Fezzy. Hey, Crazy Jen.
Go ahead, Lacey. She's kind of busy right now getting tortured.
Okay, I just want to tell her, okay, she's given birth. And I don't know if she had the drugs or not, but either way, just put your mind in a different place, if you can.
Like at Fezzy's house.
Yeah, like just be thinking of good things, like bunny rabbits and Fezzy's house.
Why should I be tortured?
And listen, the worst of this is that you don't know, just like the first time you give birth, it's worse because you don't know what to expect. You don't know, what your body is going through and all. It's all psychological.
I cannot imagine. I don't think any man can really understand pushing a human being through your pelvis. It's just so far beyond us.
Yeah, but the second and third time, we women, we know what to expect through the contractions. We know that
all right,
it's not
stop talking
forever.
about it. This is like torture for me.
So people that get Chinese water tortured for the second and third time, they take it much better?
Fezzy, in movies, what was the worst torture scene you ever remember?
Oh, that Reservoir Dogs and that ear getting cut off.
Can I tell you something? I would leap at having my ear cut off before I was in that Marathon Man, letting somebody sit there with a drill and just drill into your teeth with no Novocaine, nothing. Because I don't know what it is. I don't find anything more painful in your body than if you have to have dental work done.
Because it affects the whole body.
What about for you, Lacey? What was always your scariest thing?
It was definitely my first labor. I thought
Again,
really
back to the labor. I'm trying to end the labor talk, Lacey. I don't want to think...
The labor talks are off?
Okay, kidney stones. Kidney stones for sure.
That's not torture. No, your stuff is natural occurrences. Thanks, Lacey.
All righty.
All right, bye-bye, honey. It's natural occurrences. I'm talking about a full torture scene. Fezzy came up with a brutal one that actually sent people running out of the theaters and maybe kept this movie from getting a big audience. Reservoir Dogs. In the theaters, when they cut that ear off, a lot of people left and stayed gone. 866-277-4969. 866-277-4969. Dubs has something he wants to add. What is it, Dubs?
I've been put through a lot. I've been shot with paintballs and everything. But the worst thing I ever had was when I was stuck in the buzz cave for a full 13 hours.
And that goes back to Johnny Punani's thing, the fact that you're cut off from life.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to sleep. I couldn't do it because I was just wondering what was going on outside of me. You know,
I was thinking about that even in the Big Brother house. I think I would get, even though you can be in the yard, there would still be like a claustrophobic thing for me. And I feel the same way about prison. Anything where when I even hear metal doors slamming shut, I'd think I'd have a rough time with that, knowing I was doing real time. I think I'd be one of the guys hanging himself from his own socks.
Anytime I have any sort of like prison dream, well, it's more like a mental institution dream where everything's the same color, like it's all white, and when the door shuts, it's white and it kind of blends in with the walls.
Dubs, how long has she been on this now?
She's been on it for a good 3 minutes.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Jen. How are you feeling?
The drops are getting heavier and heavier, and I'm getting a little bit of a headache.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because staring at this eyedropper or it's...
or all of us talking in Chinese.
Yeah.
Bow! Bow! You put us down! Bow! Hey, Nathan, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
How you guys doing?
What do you say, Home Slice?
It's that movie, and I need the name of it, but it's with Kevin Spacey, and he's the agent in Hollywood.
Oh, yeah, Swimming with Sharks.
When he takes the paper and he cuts his face with it and then puts salt and lemon juice on it, I was crying.
Oh, the paper cut.
Swimming with sharks, and who would even think of just paper cuts across
on
the
his face?
Yeah, being so brutal. And damn if they weren't. Here's Emilio. Emilio, you're on Fez.
What I think about the worst torture scene has got to be, and I know I'm going to sound like a nut, but The Passion was rough, man.
You know what? I didn't go to see The Passion. I'm going to watch it on cable because that very reason. I was like, I don't know if I can sit there and watch the brutality go down. Yeah,
I could see guys getting their nails pulled out or whatever, but when you see that rib pop out of his side...
I can't imagine.
Unbelievable.
And there's that term they use for the flogging, the whipping in there, that I can't think of right now. It's a special term for it.
Hey, love you guys. You guys take it easy.
All right, see you later, man. Here's our buddy Jafter. Jafter, you're on Run and Fest. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Good.
Ronnie, you might remember this, the older movie, The Sand Pebbles, with Steve McQueen.
Steve McQueen, yeah, when he was in China, right?
Right, and they had that guy tied up with the ropes hanging there, and they just take that big knife and just keep cutting them one slice at a time.
Remember how Steve McQueen did the right thing, too?
Yeah, he took the machine. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you're going to.
Well,
yeah.
If people haven't seen it in this, 40 years, they haven't seen it. And then the other one, there was like a horror movie, Tales of the Crypt with like Joan Collins.
Yeah.
And there was a scene where they had this old blind guy who, it was a home for the blind people. And they had this military guy who was running it. He was really cheap. He would give them like crappy food and, no heat or anything. So finally what the blind people did was they built a maze in the basement and they put his German Shepherd in one room and then they locked him in another closet. And then they opened the doors, and he had to climb through this maze, but there was razor blades in the wall, and they kept getting smaller and smaller until he got through. And then once he got through, they opened the door, and the dog came out who hadn't been fed in 5 days. And then it just went to black.
Well, that's bizarre. Thanks, Jafter. I always remember the 1984 book where he had that cage across his face, and then right on the other side of the cage was a hungry rat. And it was just like his worst fear. Their whole way of torturing is they would find out what your own specific worst fear was and go after that. Here is Stephanie. Stephanie, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How are you?
Hey, when you guys were talking about Reservoir Dogs, it reminded me of Pulp Fiction when Marcellus Wallace is being raped in the back room by Seth.
Yeah.
But that's not the
I didn't
torture
mind
part.
that.
The part that tortured me was when Bruce Willis was running free and was taking his sweet time to figure out what weapon he was going to use to save Marcellus.
Tarantino is really good at building that kind of tension where it drives you crazy and there's always some kind of different music. But out of all the Tarantino, I always laughed at people that had problems with it until Kill Bill 2 and the Buried Alive scene. And I was freaking out, just freaking out watching that.
Oh, but you knew she would get out, though.
I didn't. I was just...
You never know how he's telling those stories, in what order.
I felt like I was dropped down a well myself. It's not like I worried about her. I thought I was stuck in there.
Yeah.
All right, thanks a lot, darling.
Okay.
All right, how far into this are we? This Chinese water torture going on right now.
We are just over 8 minutes.
How you feeling, Crazy Jen?
This is pretty horrible. I got drops of water dripping on me. My head itches because I got streams going back down my neck. And now it hurts. My head hurts.
And you've got another 5 hours to go.
Oh, my gosh. I'll tell you my secrets.
We don't want to know them. Your secrets are pathetic.
8 minutes, she's ready to talk to the Chinese.
I can't move my hands. This is horrible.
Horrible or good?
No, this is horrible.
So now she's, let's just say, she is annoyed, Fez.
Here comes another big one.
How often does she say that? Here's Shelly. Shelly, you're on Run of Fez.
Hello. I suggest that after Crazy Jen gets through her torture session with you guys, that Crazy Jen has the extreme pleasure of putting Ronnie in prison and force-feeding him cicadas.
Oh, my God. What an awful thing to say.
You're a mean brother. That's an evil laugh.
Yeah, I like that idea.
What does that mean, Jen?
Let's eat some bugs.
Let me assist you.
Oh, she's gone quite mad.
Shelly, see, the difference between me and Crazy Jen, I'd be swinging. I would never go on Fear Factor. I don't care how much money they were giving away. None of this stuff I would put myself through. How much, Jen?
$50,000.
That's your dream, huh?
Yep, that's how much our life is worth. I'm going to do it.
Now, let's hear what you say after 50,000 drops.
Joe Rogan!
All right, what would you do with that 50 grand? Probably ended up giving it to somebody who's smarter than you, who tells you that you're getting property down in Florida?
I tell Joey, I say, hey, I'm paying my bills and leaving my husband. I'm available.
Joe Rogan. All right, thanks, Shelly.
Uh-huh.
All right, darling. Mean. Just mean colors sometimes. Laurie, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Hi.
Hi, darling.
Jen's voice is kind of torturous.
Yeah,
frankly.
Thank you.
The Baltimoreese is killing me.
Yeah.
But I actually was listening last Tuesday night, and apparently it was Best Of, and Monster was in the studio.
Uh-huh.
That was painful. That was painful.
Oh, when he was left alone?
Yes.
Yeah, that was painful.
Yeah.
Monster tracks, we call that.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, good one. Thanks, Laurie. Here is Mike. Mike, you're on Run of Fez.
Yeah, hey, Mike.
You're Mike.
How you guys doing? Hey, the one thing that always freaks me out is that in the Clockwork Orange, when his eyes are, being retracted, when he's being forced to watch those films. Do you remember that scene?
Oh, yeah. I hate anything to do with the eyes, too.
I can't stand that.
Yeah, that freaked me out, too.
Pried open.
Yeah.
So they're just drying out as well.
Well, weren't they also putting some kind of weird stuff into him as well? And then he had to watch those sick, disgusting films. It was bizarre. That was one bizarre book. Here is Jim. Jim, you're on Run of Fez.
Robert.
Yeah, buddy.
What's up, buddy?
Nada.
All right, man. Serpent in the Rainbow. When they got Bill Pullman tied to that wooden chair and they take like a...
Rainbow. You ever seen that one, Fez?
No, but I know what the serpent part means.
Yeah, well, it's good. Here's Daryl. Daryl, you're on Run of Fez.
Yeah, there was a movie came out in late 80s, maybe early 90s called Clear Cut. It was all about logging, deforestation, and the bad guys cutting down all the trees. And
That's
Graham
President
Greene
Bush.
had this guy, he was peeling the skin off his leg with a Bowie knife, one layer at a time, and he was debarking him.
Oh, my
brutal.
God.
Guys in there screaming his head off.
I would hate to get debarked.
You need it, though, because some of those things you've got all over your legs. They're bites or something. I don't know what they are.
I don't know. They just won't. I don't think I'm getting the circulation I need.
They're bumps or something. Here's
They're like sores, but inside out.
Here's Justin. You're on Run of Fez.
Hey, Justin. Everybody forgot about the Pit of Despair.
What's the Pit of Despair?
Oh, is that Princess Bride?
Yeah.
Yeah. Funny.
He lost 60 years.
Yeah, thank you very much, my friend. Here is Mike. Mike, you're on Run of Fez.
Hey, guys. The scene that always used to freak me out, and to this day it was 2/10 even watch, was in The Deer Hunter.
Oh, I remember that scene when they were all singing while they were playing pool.
Well, no. The other one.
Baby. I can't take this. Oh, you mean the Russian roulette scene?
Yeah, that was just 2/10. I saw that in the theater when it first came out, and everyone in the whole theater was just coming out of their skins with every click.